Today we are going to talk about the top 3 tips that you can do to have the best speech therapy session. Okay, so we know that we should use evidence-based practices. Got it. I am not going to talk about that today at all. Instead, I want to share with you something that has nothing to do with the therapy part. We're going to talk about how to set up the stage for the best speech therapy session. All right, here we go. Tip number 1. Your clients and your kids should know their goals. It used to kill me every time I went up to a kid and I said, "Hey, why do you guys come to speech therapy?" And they would say, "So we can play games." Really? So think about it. How do you improve on something if you don't know that you're working on it? So here's what I do. I teach my kiddos a chant, and here's how it goes. I work, I work, I work on my, and then you fill in the blank. I have kiddos as young as 1 year old knowing what their goals are. Work, work, work on my B sound. It's as easy as that. All right, now it's time for tip number 2. Your kiddos and your clients should keep track of their own progress. This helps out with the accountability, right? So I have kiddos working on their articulation sounds, and they leave a session knowing exactly how many times they say a word, a phrase, a sentence. We use a counter, or we can use the articulation drill data sheet that I created. Now, and also know that you can do this with kiddos working on their language skills. Here's a picture of 2 students working on social pragmatic skills for my social skills group. They kept track of how many comments and how many questions they asked during the session. And you know what? By the end of the session, they were so proud of themselves. And this is awesome. All right, here is tip number 3. And sometimes I really think this is the most important tip. SLPs, you have got to bring the fun. So for example, after reading King Bidgood's in the bathtub, you could have a dance party with your students in a pretend bathtub. You can make up a rap for story grammar components, or you can check out ours. You can do high fives while working on your speech sounds. You can bring in costumes to act out a book that you've recently read. So for example, after reading Sam and the Lucky Money, I brought in costumes and my students dressed up as if they were a part of the Lunar New Year festivities. Check out this picture. So SLPs, bring the fun, and I promise the progress will surely follow. So there you have it, the top 3 tips for the best speech therapy session. Done and done and done.